It's time to invest with intent on the Welka Wealth Podcast. Join Tiffany Welka each week as she gives you guidance to align your faith, morals, and goals to make your financial plan a true success.
Hey everybody, this is Tiffany Welka. Thank you so much for listening to the Welka Wealth Podcast. Jesus taught us many things about finances in the Bible. He wanted his followers to use their money and possessions wisely, generously, and faithfully. Here are 4 messages that I picked out of the Bible that Jesus gave about finances and a tip on how we can apply them to our lives today. Number 1, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Jesus said that we shouldn't worry about our material needs, but trust that God will provide for us if we seek his kingdom and his will. This means that we should prioritize our relationship with God and our obedience to his commands over our worldly pursuits and desires. We should also use our resources to advance his kingdom and his glory on this earth. Number 2, be generous and compassionate to the poor and needy. Jesus said that we should love our neighbors as ourselves and show mercy to those who are in need. He also said that it's hard for the rich to enter the kingdom of God because they often trust in their wealth and neglect the poor. He praised the widow who gave all she had to the temple because she gave out of her poverty, not out of her abundance. We should follow her example and give sacrificially and cheerfully to those who are less fortunate than us. Number 3, be faithful and honest with your money and your possessions. Jesus said that we cannot serve both God and money because we will love one and hate the other. He also said that we should be faithful with the little things because then we will be entrusted with more. He warned against dishonesty and greed because they will lead to ruin and judgment. We should be content with what we have and use it for God's purposes, not for our own selfish gains. Number 4, support the Lord's work through the church. Jesus taught that we should give to God what belongs to him, which includes our tithes and offerings. He also supported the ministry of his disciples and other women who followed him with their financial resources. He commissioned his followers to go and make disciples of all nations, teaching them to obey everything he commanded. We should follow his instructions and support the church and its mission with our money and our possessions. When I'm creating spending plans or budgets for my clients, I often suggest that you use what the word tithe actually means and build that into your plan. The word tithe translated actually means 1/10. So if we take 1/10 or 10% of your gross income, gross means before taxes and any other deductions. So if we take that amount off the top, we build your budget with what's left, and we make sure that we give away 10% of your gross income to the church, to charities, to friends and family members in need. Whatever it is that your heart is calling you to share your wealth with, that's a great way to be able to do that. If you guys have any questions about how to create a spending plan or a budget, you can always reach out to me. I'm here for you. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening to the Welka Wealth Podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Welka.
The Welka Wealth Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and all your favorite podcasting apps. Subscribe today and never miss an episode. Just look for the Welka Wealth podcast and keep listening.